All you guys remember the well-publicized breakup between Cory Hardrict and Tia Mowry. Cory he went and said that he couldn't even breathe. He didn't even know that he was going to survive when she left. His whole world shattered. You know, and a lot of people didn't pay attention to this. You know, a lot of times when men go through the things they go through in the shadows, in the darkness. Because, especially in the black community, black women are not taught that black men actually have emotions and feelings. Like, nobody cares about the feelings or emotions of a black man. So, he went on the show recently and he said this.
You know, it's tough when it feels like you're going through something alone and no one understands, and, you know, no one's there for you. And it's just like, you know, when you're a man, especially a black man, they're like, oh, he's tough, he's strong. But you know, it was a year and a half crying myself to sleep every night. You know, nobody see that. Yeah. Nobody see that. Yeah. You know, like, you know, you live 5 minutes away from your babies, you know what I'm saying? Because people who know Cory Hardrict know that his kids and his family was everything to him. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm stronger than I thought I was. Yes. I'm really stronger. And that by the grace of God, it's like, I'm here and I'm still going.
So, with all of that being said, that Cory Hardrict, when he finally spoke out and spoke up, on Tia Mowry's Instagram page, you know, she's making a confession about dating. And if you go over to her page, you know, she's saying a lot of things. Remember, she's 40-something, like well into her 40s. And again, she's very immature. We talked about Remy Ma, now we're getting over to Tia Mowry. These women think that they're in their 20s and they're operating almost 50. They're acting like these young girls. Like, this thing is like weird. It's a lot of weird stuff, but this is what she's saying on her Instagram page.
All right, guys, what's up? I'm gonna try to do something different on my Instagram. I have entered the dating scene, and I thought that as I take off my makeup, I would share some of my horror stories. Of course, no names will be named. I decided to go out on this date with this one guy. We decided to meet at a restaurant, and I was like, okay, you know, fine, let's try that. What could go wrong? Now, mind you, I did know what this person looked like beforehand. Oh my God, I'm getting PTSD just telling this story. This is my life. So he ends up showing up, and he's a lot shorter than I thought that he was gonna be, which was pretty interesting, but you know, no judgment here. But what was surprising to me was he ended up showing up with a grill in his mouth to a dinner. So the first thing that I am thinking about as he sits down to order his food is, oh my God, where is this grill going to go? Oh my goodness. He's just ordering drinks and all of that. Great, awesome. He orders his food. And then again, I'm just really trying to figure out, where is he going to put this grill? So our food finally comes to the table. And again, I'm just like, okay, where is this grill gonna go? And I was like, oh, no, he's not just gonna take it out of his mouth and just put it on the table. Guess what? He took it out of his mouth and he put it on the table. Right there on the table. I mean, at least he had a napkin, right? But still, you guys, like, what the hell? Like, really, bro? How old are we? That is just, I don't know. It was just surprising and a little tasteless, in my opinion. It was gross, you know what I mean? Like, this is like your first date. It's like first impressions, you know what I mean? And he just decides to put this grill right on the table as we eat. And as we're eating, I'm just like, At that moment, I truly wish that I had been on a speed date you know, when you can just tap out. But unfortunately, I couldn't. It was a dinner and it went on longer than I wanted it to. Girls, let me know in the comments if I am like overreacting. If you're like, girl, ain't nothing wrong with a little grill on the table. After that experience, I did start to see that people are wearing more grills these days. I guess, I don't know, am I out of sync or out of touch? I don't know. Would y'all ever see me with a grill? So that was the first interesting date. I've realized that this is a part of the journey. You know what I mean? This is all a process, and this is what I didn't, you know, go through in my 20s. It's been interesting, but it's also been fun. Getting to know me, getting to know what it is that, you know, I like and what it is that I don't like. It's just a process. Love you guys. Mwah.
So you can hear what's said by this woman, Tia Mowry. And as you can see, she's very immature. You have women out here all over social media crying because they can't figure out why can't they attract the men that they want. A lot of women wanted her life, and she's running away from the life, running to be single, talking about it's a graduation. Then she's online talking about this is the process and what I didn't go through in my 20s and all these different things. But then you see her crying. You see her crying. She doesn't understand the dating market. She doesn't understand this. This girl, to me, screams like mental health issues. Things that's never been dealt with that needs to be dealt with. You know, she's very, very immature. One minute she's crying. The next minute she's twerking and she's showing her body. She's doing all these different things, right? People were making very bad comments about her husband, and she's liking the comments. Like, it's just a whole bunch of foolishness. So whatever went on between her and Cory, that's their business. You know, they were married for a long time. They have children. There's children involved. But it's like this woman lives online as if she's 21 years old. She's like 45, something like that, and trying to dive back into the date market. And the sad part is she went onto that show and said that she felt like her marriage was a graduation. And all those women just like clap their hands, knowing damn well that they don't agree with that foolishness, man. They don't agree with that. How many women you know talking about a divorce from their marriage as a graduation? Like, come on, like we've lost touch with reality. And we live in times where marriage is just hard, very hard to keep. Especially, you know, especially black marriages. That's not something that's promoted to the media. And she's a black woman that had a black husband, and now she's online basically promoting divorce. That's what she's doing in all but so many words. You got her, you got Remy Ma, and you got all the hurt women in line right with them saying, yeah, child, keep on speaking. Yeah, you talking to me, but it sends the bad message to a lot of young people that actually want to be married, that thinks it's possible of being married in a climate that's anti-marriage, that may be in relationships, that may want to be together. They don't care nothing about that. She's profiting from this, and I wouldn't be surprised if she's part of a greater agenda to push the agenda to keep us apart. You know, Cory, for a long time, said nothing. Said nothing. She went on all kinds of talk shows talking about her marriage. She didn't have to really say anything bad about Cory. All she had to do was talk about her being divorced and marriage is a graduation. What does that say about your husband indirectly? And this is the stuff that goes on. And we wouldn't know if she wasn't online carrying on in the manner in which she's carrying on. And there's a lot of things that goes on in marriages that if you're not married, people don't know. There's a lot of nuances and things that actually goes on in the relationship when you have children involved in a family structure. People just look at things from a financial place. Yeah, it wasn't working out, but what this person might have couldn't bring to the table, they brought this part, and vice versa. What this woman maybe couldn't bring to the table, she brought this to the table to make it work. But only people see is the things that they need to see to make them feel comfortable. They don't see the totality of what makes a marriage works. And then a lot of times people get into relationships, but they still have this idea of what they think relationships should be, and they stay in the relationships for years, and the things never work. and they're never happy. Then you get somebody like her saying that she felt like her marriage was a graduation because she's still chasing a fantasy out there that don't exist. And that's why you see her crying one day, happy the next day, crying one day, happy the next day, because she's looking for a fountain of youth or a fantasy that's not there. You had the perfect setup, and y'all were supposed to work together to make it work, and they just couldn't do it. So I'm gonna cut this video short here. If you made it this far in the video, hit that like button. Subscribe to Street Media TV. Let me know. Leave your comments in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think, man. Remember, I love y'all. Till the next time. Peace.